Your AI sidekick has arrived. That's right. Turn off the bat signal because Blaze is here to save the day. Blaze is an AI sidekick for overwhelmed teams of one just like you. Brainstorm and outline content ideas with AI. Go from idea to on brand content in minutes. Turn a blog post into 10 plus asset types, ads, social posts, emails, and more. Collaborate with colleagues in real time and get content approved. Go to drT23.site. That is DRT23.site. Navigate to Blaze and download today. Time for our fast break mini episode mock draft edition. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast and tell someone to tell somebody else to go ahead and jump on. A win is a win. And listen, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and like it. Okay. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you get your necessary notifications when we are live. We are less than, folks, 48 hours out of the NFL draft, the largest QB heavy draft probably within the last 10 to 12 years. Will be nothing short of exciting. But listen, before we get into my mock draft, check this out. What's going on TV Thursday is going to be crazy. I don't know if you have multiple TVs in your home, if you have multiple view on your TVs, but listen, we are going to have the draft jumping off, and then we are going to have basketball playoff jumping off. So trust me, Thursday is going to be a jam-packed evening for sports. Go and get your wings, pizzas, your tortillas, your burritos, tacos, nachos, burgers, fries. Get your cold ones, put them in the fridge, and don't move. Put your phone on D&D because it is going to be a jam-packed day on Thursday. Let's jump right into my mock draft. Now, leaving the chat open, y'all go ahead, jump in there. I want to know what your picks are going to be. Who do you think's moving up? Who's trading down? Who's trading up? Let me know who you all have for your mock draft. Okay, that's going to be the only question in the chat for this week. Also, I need the emails, you guys. We're going to start having contests. So if you want to jump in on this money, go ahead and leave me your at Gmail, at Yahoo, at whatever.com so you can get in on the action. All right, so I'm going, obviously, and I hope everybody is in on this one in the consensus, but I have the number one overall draft pick going first round. Okay, remind you, all my picks are first round. We're talking about Thursday, folks, not Tuesday. Not Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I'm talking about Thursday first round action. I have Caleb Williams going to the Chicago Bears. Now, obviously, while his total production has declined a little, he dipped off. All right, let's just keep it a buck. He dipped off from 2022, basically his Heisman season, with fewer pass attempts. Now, he improved, with 9.4 yards per pass attempt and 11 rushing touchdowns. Now, here's what I think. The Bears will reset the QB contract clock by drafting Williams after trading Justin Fields. We already know how that basically went down. I have Jaden Daniels. Obviously, he should go number 2. Now, he flashed his, I'm going to call it impeccable accuracy, and he became a playmaker. I listen, when you go from ASU, all right, to LSU, let's be clear, the SEC plays much different ball than the Pac-12. So he was playing with a different kind of ball player on both sides, both ends, okay, from his team and the teams that they were playing against, much different than the Pac 12, completing over 72% of his passes and rushing for more than 1,100 yards. The Washington coordinator, Cliff Kingsby, now has experience with dynamic QBs. Now, who am I talking about, Tiffany? Well, I live in Arizona. 2 and 2 plus 4. Yes, I'm talking about Kyler Murray. Okay. So I think that this number 2 pick for Jaden Daniels fits. I don't think he should go any less than 2. Drake May. Now here's I'm going to be conflicted with Drake May because I I think he's drafted too high. Uh, in other people's mock drafts, they have him at 2, and then they have Daniels at 3. Well, I'm going to give you my reasoning. So I have Drake May at 3. Probably will go to the Patriots. Now, he showed off his dynamic ability over the last 2 seasons, including 24 touchdowns and 9 rushing touchdowns in the 23 season. Now, he does have the size and he does have the arm and the strength to be in the top 3, but his numbers still do not out do not overplay Jaden Daniels. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. You put him compare the two side by side. Jaden Daniels is a much more solid player. He's not afraid to move around in the pocket. He's not just gonna stand there and pass. He's gonna get mobile when necessary. Okay, I get that the game that he played, people were saying, oh, he's grimacing too much, he gets hurt too much. Look at his arm, his elbow, and all this other stuff. But when we're talking about numbers, way more solid player than Drake May. So number 4, I have Marvin Harrison Jr. And unless the Cardinals do something else, that's where he's going. And you know, he's a generational wide receiver. We all know why. You know who his father is. So he has the likeness of his pops. Now, gaining over 18 yards per reception with more than 1,200 receiving yards in his 23 season. He's a perfect fit in Arizona. Check this out. Potentially replacing Marquise Brown. So, number 4, I have Marvin Harrison Jr. there. 5, Malik Neighbors. Now, I think that he put himself in this position in the last couple of games that LSU played. I'm talking about receiving nothing but dimes down the field. Now, Neighbors was a fringe first round prospect before blowing the roof off the SEC in 2023 with over 1,500 yards and 14 touchdowns. Now, I believe he's going to go to the Chargers. Could be wrong, but think about it. They just lost Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. They need some wideouts out there, so I think that's where he's going. J.J. McCarthy, a lot of talk about J.J. McCarthy. And is he a good fit? And is he drafted too high? Is his game from Michigan going to translate into the NFL? Well, McCarthy was an accurate and efficient passer at Michigan. Now, he completed more than 72% of his passes last season, and he definitely has a strong arm to show. Potentially at the number 6 pick, he could go to the Giants. And, okay, well, yeah, they need some people there. Giants just need a gumbo pot of a lot of different things beyond a QB. But at the number 6 pick, I believe that's where he might land. I like Joe Alt for a number 7 pick from Notre Dame. Now, Alt has the pedigree as the son of former first round tackle John Alt and plenty of 6'7" size to back it up. So it wouldn't be a surprise to see them draft a first round lineman for the straight second season. Tennessee is in a rebuilding phase. And so now it's chess, not checkers. Let's get the pieces that we need to put in play, rebuild the team. Later on, maybe we could go higher. You never, but then again, you know how the draft works. You never know. There's a lot going on in those draft rooms that we don't know about. Phone calls are being made, so sometimes you'll be surprised that certain teams will trade up, trade down. You never know. It could get crazy. So listen, Dallas Turner to me is a perfect fit to go number 8. And if the draft order still looks like it should, he will go to the Falcons. Now, Turner is coming off of an outstanding season. Now, he has a record recording 10 sacks and 14 and a half tackles for a loss for Bama. Now, I I think that the Falcons need to get younger on their D line. You know, eh, they kind of went a little older in the last season if you kind of paid attention. So I think that the shift is they need to draft some younger talent, get some dogs on that D line so that they could actually get some stops. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that the Falcons aren't good. I mean, okay, we all know about the $180 million man that's coming there. That's fine, but that's only one piece of the puzzle. It's multiple pieces to a puzzle. So I do think that they do need to look seriously into getting a little bit younger on their D line. So we got Rome on Dunze. Now, he's my ninth overall pick. And how can I say this? I think Chicago has an impressive wideout tandem with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, but has little behind them. So what does he bring? Okay, well, Rome brings size and elite speed as a great deep threat with 17.9 yards per reception heading into the national championship game. So I think that gives them a bit more depth in the wideout department. So I think if he still goes 9, he goes to the Bears. Brock Bowers from Georgia, dog, but he is my 10th overall pick. Now, Bowers, excuse me, is a great receiving threat for any offense. Now, though his draft stock, I think that might be down slightly after missing time in 23 because he had that ankle injury. But he's given Gronk-like comparison. Look at Gronk, go back and look at Gronk, and then look at film on Bowers. His dominant receiving ability and size is a great outlet. And guess where I think he might go? Yup, to the Jets. He might just be somebody that Aaron Rodgers can put his eye on. Never know. And as you know, that's if Aaron Rodgers wants him to be that. You know, he runs the show wherever he's at. My 11th overall pick is J.C. Latham. Now, while it's possible Minnesota will move up the draft for QB, they also have a need on the offensive line. So Latham could plug in at guard immediately and or play tackle. So I think he is a two-for piece. You know what I mean? I think he fits in multiple ways, but that's my 11th overall draft pick. And I'm going to give you my last draft pick, top 12. I don't, some people have, 24 and 32. I know it's 32. I'm not going that far. I concentrate on the top 12. Everything else I'll worry about later, because when you get that far down, when you're drafting 12 and 17 and 28, all right, now we're putting checkers. We're playing checkers. We're just putting pieces where they need to be and where they need to fit. But at 12, you have Telesia Fuaga. Now, he was at Oregon State. Denver has a need for a QB. They also need help on the O line. Now, Fuaga is a potential long term keeper who could play the interior in the short term. So I think that at 12, for what they need, he may go to Denver. And I believe today, as I'm recording this, that there was a trade that happened to Denver. So we will, see, excuse me, um, who thought that the trade from the Jets to the Broncos was a good idea. But trading Wilson to the Broncos, you know, can he be who he needs to be without the pressure of a Aaron Rodgers over his head? Now, don't get me wrong. You're an NFL quarterback, okay? That's what you wanted to do. You entered the draft, you got into the pros. So, yes, I understand. There should be no excuses. You need to show up. But at the same time, does he work in Denver? Does he get the time to develop himself rather than he had to catch it on the fly? ACL allegedly is completely ruptured. Okay, that's still yet to be determined because we know for what he was doing, no, that couldn't have been nothing ruptured. But we're gonna leave that where it's at. Okay. But can he succeed in Denver on his own? And of course, he does have he has some backups in Denver, but I just wonder if what we saw from Zach Wilson is who he actually is. And if so, and that translates over to him with the Broncos, then so be it. All right. You showed your hand. We believe you, young man. Now keep on and go on now. But could it also have been he was under pressure? Pressure. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. When he was with the Jets. So we'll see. That's all we can do is validate who you are on film. So I think that this draft is jam-packed full of QBs that we haven't seen in the last 10 or 12 years. It is going to be nothing short of exciting. I'm going to speak for myself. I will be glued to the TV, phone on silent. I will have me some nice, cool apple juice and some applesauce because I do not drink. And I will be tuned in, dialed up. One TV, NBA, the other one, NFL. And also let me know in the chat, what will you be doing? How are you going to watch? Are you having a draft party? Because that's a thing now. Are you going to a draft party? Here at in Phoenix, the Cardinals is holding a free draft party that's already sold out at the football stadium. So wherever you are listening from, how are you going to watch the NFL draft? And lastly, I just want to touch on this, and I'll get into it in our regular episode. But Caleb Williams, someone said when they were interviewed, and I have to go back and fact check the name, so I am not misspeaking on who said it, but there was a statement when he was skipping, professional day or at the schools, or he skipped some workouts with a couple of teams, and obviously he's going to go to the Bears because let's just face it, y'all, when you are the number one draft pick, you're not going to the best team. You're not. That's just how it is. But someone said, leave all that Hollywood stuff. Come here to play football. And I gave the young man a pass because he's coming out of college and he lives in California. He makes multi-millions of dollars on NIL deals. He's a celebrity. All right, then fast forward a couple weeks later, people was on his neck because I guess he had on pink lip gloss and a pink phone case and the nails were pink. That type of stuff I don't care about. I don't care if you had black nails with rainbow polka dots, green hair, and blue lipstick on. Can you throw the ball? Whatever your aesthetic appearance is, that's between you, your mirror, and your makeup. But can you throw the rock? Can you throw dimes? Cool. Then let's leave that alone. But today, I didn't like what Caleb Williams said in an interview with Ryan Clark on Pivot. And I tried to, and before I even recorded, I said, let me look at this in a couple different ways. Step inside his shoes and see exactly what he's saying. Is he being, what was he saying? Okay, step outside it and get back in your shoes, Tiffany, and look at it from an outsider looking in. Because face it, let's just stop right here. And before I continue and dispel this, that people who are not in journalism professionally don't have a right to speak on or are uneducated to the sport. That's not true. Not everyone has had the opportunity to get in front of a ESPN or a FS1 or a CBS or whatever you are and have your own show. There are journalists out here or those who just have podcasts, who have played sports, who know sports, who work in sports, who have a valid opinion about it. So mainstream media continues to try to debunk people's opinions who aren't in mainstream and say your opinion doesn't matter because you're not Stephen A, you're not Skip, you're not Shannon, you're not Ryan Clark, you're not Shaq, you're not okay. But some people have valid points and are just as educated and have very high sports IQ. Just wanted to throw that in and now rewind back to my point. Here we go. Caleb Williams said his legacy is chasing number 12. Hold on now. Hold on. I'm going to go take that back. His legacy, my legacy, is chasing number 12. Now, hold on now. Mr. Williams, you are just getting here. Everybody wants to chase 12. But before you even, let's say you get there, before you even get to 12, you got to get past 15. 15 got 3 of them things. 3 MVPs, 2 Super Bowls. He's going for a third one. So before you one foot in front of the other, yes, we know that you are the best out of who is being drafted. But slow down a little bit. Because when you put those pads on, you're playing with grown men that have kids, wives, children. They're playing for different reasons. So where we gave you a pass when people said, don't clown him because he's in the stands and he's hugging his mom and he's crying and his shoulders are jumping up and down because he's wheezing because he lost. And then we gave you another pass because you're human and you have feelings and emotions and you just wanted to cuddle up with your puppy in front of the TV and watch Netflix. Okay, you're human. So what about whatever aesthetically pleasing accessories you like to wear? That's your business. You could run around in pink underwear for all I care and a bra. If you know how to throw the football, who cares what you do in your private life and how your appearance is? Because let's face it, it is some people that come that have questionable outfits on, but when they get on that field, the dog comes out. So let's not villainize him for that. Let's not call him Hollywood just because he makes a certain amount of money in the NIL and he's already a celebrity in LA. That's his business. He was doing that in college. No one said it translated over to the NFL, so calm down. But now you're saying you're coming in the door and your goal is to surpass 12. Well, what about 15? 12 only comes before 15 in numbers. That's it. Same thing in the dictionary. Success only comes before work in the dictionary. That is it. So while you're excited about this new transition, you're excited about entering the NFL. I expect that is everyone's dream to hear your name called, get up on that stage, shake the commissioner's hand, hold up your jersey, and then get to work. So, one leg, one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. And then if you are there years later, then that's a different conversation for a different time. But right now, just enjoy what's happening. Soak it up this Thursday. Celebrate with your family and then get to work. Don't forget to check us out on iHeartRadio. That's right, iHeartRadio every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Don't forget to also check us out on Apple Podcasts every Tuesday and Thursday, and also on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast.